So the next session is just going to be a panel with a couple experts or practitioners in the field of financial services, and some of them are involved in financial inclusion as well. And so I think they know themselves. I'm going to invite them to come up. And the format is we'll do some quick introductions, then they'll talk. Each will give you a little bit about how financial inclusion and if 5G or technology in general plays a role in their business. And then I'll ask them some questions based on the discussions, and we can also talk, invite you guys if you have questions about it. I'll ask that you listen very carefully and you prepare at least one question each. Unfortunately, it's not my classroom, so I can't lock you in.
Earlier on, David was talking about access, whether just giving the person the opportunity to have a mobile account, does that mean they are included? I lifted up my hand and I said, I think so. Because, financial inclusion does go beyond having access. But those are separate topics, and if you don't separate them, then you get bundled up in stuck up somewhere. You must first have the access, which means you must give the person the opportunity to be able to transact. Then you must work on adoption and usage.
Right, there's two. One is we really care about the customer, right? We did care about it, because society cannot exist if people don't prosper, right? Because if people don't prosper, when I drive my car down the road, somebody will smash into it, right? We see that in advanced African economies where there's a disparity between rich and poor. Nobody is safe having money if we are not bringing everybody together for people to be comfortable in whatever state they exist. So I think that should be everybody's forbearing, or that's the thing that we should do to safeguard Ghana for the next generation, and everybody should care about it. So that's like our altruistic motivation. But it's about the money, man. Exactly. I need to keep the incubator running. We are sitting here in a nicer condition. That takes money. It's about the money. And then the next question was, how has AFB affected us? Now that he's done it, he's the guinea pig, right? And I'm going to take all the lessons he's done and master it, right? Because he said it's possible. Right, so in my boardroom is talk. The reason why I have a job now is because he's done it, right? So the question really is, why can't we do it? How are companies like Kudigo affecting us? Kudigo now is making it easy for me to interact with SMEs. Before, I couldn't do that. Before, I didn't have real-time inventory shopfront information. Now I see it, and I can decide to give them working capital in real time. Every time the good moves from the shelf, I can give her money to fill it up. Right, so we were eating up everything, and it goes back to the picture I drew. It's being in the middle of this ecosystem of really wonderful things happening, and if you pay attention to it, you can really leverage off, again, at last mile of servicing a real need of the customer in a very timely manner.
When poor people don't have a lot of money, you offer them credit, they take it because it makes life easier. Right? I mean, to the point where when we wanted to get a colored television, when TVs, I'm quite old, so colored TVs were coming in, we couldn't afford to buy one, but somebody came and gave us an opportunity to get a colored TV. And there's a meter on the back of the TV where you put £1 in, because I grew up in the UK, so you put £1 in, the TV comes on. When it runs out, you need to add another £1, and the man comes and collects the money, and that's how you pay for your TV. So you had this until... And I'm just saying that these kind of options, in terms of putting credit facilities in the hands of poor people, can be very dangerous without financial literacy. Because my mother lived hand to mouth every single month. We didn't have savings, we didn't have investments, because literally everything went out on different credits here and there. Small loans to pay for our uniforms and our, little vacations that we took to the seaside or whatever, loans to pay for TVs, any appliance that we had in the house was on credit, that type of thing. So you can't just assume that by giving people access to credit, it empowers them. Without knowledge, wealth creation is not just about generating money, but it's about understanding how to invest and how to save, right? So it's really, really important.
Me too, let me go there and get some. So that is the issue now. Now too, companies and institutions are looking at the twin benefits of doing business. There's always the bottom line, the profit, okay? But there's also the social benefit, the social profit, if you can call it that, of doing business. That means doing good, okay? Companies are now really, interested in doing that. And doing good does not have to be without profit. It doesn't have to be non-profit making. You can go out there. So there's a lot of money out there in the economy. Cash. The way to go is to bring it in, recoup. I put up on my slide, there was a slide showing the objectives of digitization and the benefits it brings to the system, the whole system. So you are doing this to get, recoup all of these benefits, but at the same time making money on top of it. So there you go.
To answer the question, sorry, your name please. Eugene. So to answer your question, how are we benefiting the consumers of our retailers? Kudigo likes to, our whole idea is to say your business is our business, because the retailer's business and it being convenient and running smoothly matters to us. So for them, their business is their consumers, and what we provide indirectly to their consumers is one, convenience, ensuring that if they go into the store, there's the option of now I can easily pay with my mobile money, as you said, the payment side. I can easily pay with a card. That's convenience for them. But when we also talk about the customer loyalty, then now our retailers have a system that provides them enough analytics to say, I know, for example, Eugene, every Monday morning you come to me and you buy Ideal Milk. Now you've been buying Ideal Milk and Milo. There's a change in your pattern, but now as a business retailer, I know that change in your pattern. So I can easily message you and say, oh, Eugene, it's been 2 Mondays now. You haven't come to buy Ideal Milk. Is there any way that I can provide this to your home? So it's giving them that extra information that if they didn't have any tool to help them understand, it will be an oversight for them. They won't see it completely. But now with Kudigo, they're able to go through their customer history, get the AI system informs them, oh, check on this customer. That's how the whole idea of Kudigo is to get very complex as we get more information in there. So advising the customer on, in December, you sell more of Milo. So don't stock on Ideal Milk, stock more on Milo, because during this time, there's enough traction. So now that's helping their consumer know that if I come, the store is not going to be out of Milo, because they were informed that there's more demand for it. So it's all about convenience to their end user, which then is for us helping them achieve that. So that's how we benefit their consumers directly. That answers your question. Yes.